Each man kills the thing he loves. By each let this be heard. Some do it with a bitter look, some with a flattering word. The coward does it with a kiss, the brave man with a sword. Some kill their love when they are young, and some when they are old. Some strangle with the hands of lust, some with the hands of gold. The kindest use a knife, because the dead so soon grow cold. Some love too little, some too long, some sell and others buy. Some do the deed with many tears, and some without a sigh. For each man kills the thing he loves, yet each man does not die. He does not die a death of shame on a day of dark disgrace, nor have a noose about his neck, nor a cloth upon his face.
Well,
how are you?
All right.
You look well.
Well, I'm not all that well, really.
Why? What's the matter?
Hangover. Cheers. How are you?
I'm fine. Just like old times.
It's been a long time.
Yes. I thought of you the other day.
Good God, why? Why?
Well, it's nice sometimes to think back, isn't it?
Absolutely. Anyway, how are you?
Fine. Oh, not too bad. Do you know how long it is since we met?
Well, I came to that private view. Oh, when was it?
No, I don't mean like that.
Oh. You mean alone?
Yes. 2 years.
Yes, I thought it must be.
Long time.
Yes, it is. How's everything going? The gallery?
How do you think it's going?
Well, very well, I would say.
Well, it is actually. I like it. I enjoy it.
Funny lot painters, aren't they?
They're not at all funny.
Oh, aren't they? What a pity. How's Robert?
When did you last see him?
I haven't seen him for months. I don't know why. Why?
Why what?
Why did you ask when I last saw him?
I just wondered. How's Sam?
You mean Judith?
Do I?
You remember the form. I ask about your husband, you ask about my wife.
Yes, of course. How is your wife?
All right.
Sam must be tall.
He is tall, quite tall. He does a lot of running. He's a long-distance runner. He wants to be a zoologist.
No, really? Good. And Sarah?
She's 10.
God, I suppose she must be.
Yes, she must be. Ned's 5, isn't he?
You remember?
Well, I would remember that.
Yes. You're doing okay, though.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Ever think of me?
I don't need to think of you.
Oh.
I don't need to think of you. Anyway, I'm alright. How are you?
Fine, really, all right.
You're looking very pretty.
Really. Thank you. I'm glad to see you.
So am I. I mean, to see you.
You think of me sometimes.
I think of you sometimes. I saw Charlotte the other day.
No, really? Where? She didn't mention it.
She didn't see me in the street.
But you haven't seen her for years.
I recognised her.
How could you? How could you know?
I did.
What does she look like?
You.
Oh, I mean, what did you think of her, really?
I thought she was lovely.
Yes, she's smashing. She's 13. Do you remember that time, oh God, it was, when you picked her up and threw up and caught her?
She was very light.
She remembers that day, you know.
Really?
Being thrown up.
What a memory. She's doesn't know about us, does she?
Of course not. She just remembered you as an old friend.
Oh, that's right. Yes, sir. Everyone was there that day. Your husband, my wife, all the kids. I remember.
What day?
When I threw her up. It was in your kitchen.
It was in your kitchen.
Darling.
Don't say that. It all...
Seems such a long time ago.
Does it?
Same again.
Suddenly I realised where I was. I just stopped. And then I turned down Kinsale Drive and drove into Wessex Grove. I drove 50 yards past the house and parked where we used to. Do you remember?
Yes.
People were coming out of the house. They walked up the road.
What sort of people?
Oh, young people. Then I got out of the car and went up the steps and looked at the bells. You know, the names on the bells. I looked for our name.
Green. Couldn't see it, eh?
No.
Because we're not there anymore. We haven't been there for years.
No, we haven't.
I heard you're seeing a bit of Casey.
What?
Casey. I heard you were seeing a bit of him.
Where did you hear that?
Oh, people talking.
Christ.
The funny thing is that the only thing I really felt was irritation. Irritation that nobody gossiped about us like that when we were together. I nearly said she may be having the occasional drink with Casey, but she and I had an affair for 7 years and none of you bastards had the faintest idea it was happening.
I wonder if everyone knew all along.
Don't be silly, we were brilliant. Nobody knew. We went to Kilburn in those days, just me and you. Anyway, what is all this with you and Casey?
What do you mean?
What's going on?
We have the occasional drink.
I thought you didn't admire his work.
I've changed. Oh, his work's changed. Why? Are you jealous?
Of what? I couldn't be jealous of Casey. I'm his agent. I advised him about his divorce. I read all his first drafts. I persuaded your husband to publish his first novel. He's my boy. I discovered him back when he was a poet, and that's a bloody long time ago now. He's even taken me down to Southampton to meet his mum and dad. I couldn't be jealous of Casey. Anyway, it's not like we're having an affair now, is it? Really, I'm very happy if you're happy. How's Robert?
Well, I think we're going to separate.
Oh?
We had a long talk last night.
Last night?
Do you know what I found out last night? He's had other women for years. He's betrayed me for years.
Good God, no. But we betrayed him for years.
And he's betrayed me for years.
Well, I never knew that.
Nor did I.
Does Casey know about this?
I wish you would stop calling him Casey. His name's Roger.
Yes, Roger.
I phoned you. I don't know why.
What a funny thing. We were such good friends, Robert and I, even though I haven't seen them in a few months. But for all the lunches, all the years, all the drinks, I never gleaned, I never even suspected that there was anyone in his life but you. I mean, when you're with a fellow in a pub, every so often he pops out for a piss. I mean, who doesn't? But the matter is, if he's making a crafty telephone call, you can sort of sense it. Well, I never did that with Robert. He never made any crafty telephone call in any pub I was ever with him in. The funny thing is that it was me that made the calls to you when I left him boozing at the bar. That's the funny thing. When did he tell you all this?
Last night, I think. We were up all night.
You talked all night?
Yes. Oh, yes.
I didn't come into it, did I?
What?
It's just I thought, you know...
I phoned you this morning, that's all. Because we're old friends. I was up all night. It's all over. I just suddenly felt like I wanted to see you.
Well, look, I'm glad to see you. And I'm sorry about...
Do you remember? I mean, you do remember.
I remember. What do you want to do then?
I just don't quite know what we're doing anymore, that's all.
Hmm.
I mean, this flat.
Yes.
Can you actually remember when we were last here?
It was summer, was it?
Well, was it?
I know it seems like
It was the beginning of September.
Well, that's summer, isn't it?
It was actually extremely cold. It was early autumn.
It's pretty cold now.
We were going to get another electric fire.
Yes, I never got that.
Not much point in getting it if we're never here.
Well, we're here now.
Not really.
Well, look, things have changed. Your job and everything.
Well, I know, but I mean, I like it. I want to do it.
No, it's great for you, but you're not...
If you're running a gallery, you've got to be there. You've got to run it.
Yes, but you're not free in the afternoons, are you?
No.
So we can never meet.
But look at the times you're out of the country. You're never here.
But when I am here, you're not free in the afternoons, so we can never meet.
We can meet for lunch.
We can meet for lunch, but I can't come all the way up here for lunch. I'm far too old for that.
I didn't suggest that. You see, in the old days, we were inventive. It seemed impossible to meet, and yes, we did. We met here. We met in this flat, and we took because we wanted to.
It would not matter how much we wanted to if you're not free in the afternoons and I'm in America. Nights have always been out of the question, and you know that. I have a family.
I have a family too.
Yes, I know that perfectly well. I might remind you that your husband is my oldest friend.
What do you mean by that?
I don't mean anything by it.
What are you trying to say by saying that?
Jesus, I'm not trying to say anything by it. I've said precisely what I wanted to say.
I see. You see, in the past, we used our imagination. We'd take a night and make an arrangement and go to a hotel.
Yeah, we did. But that was in the main before we got this flat.
We haven't spent many nights in this flat.
Not many nights anywhere, really.
Can you afford to keep it going month after month?
Oh.
It's a waste. Nobody comes here. I can't bear to think about it, actually. Just empty. All day and night, day after day, night after night. I mean, the crockery and the curtains and the bedspread and the tablecloth I brought from Venice. It's ridiculous. It's just an empty home.
It's not a home. I know what you wanted. But it can never be that kind of home. I have a home. You have a home. With curtains, etc. And children. 2 children in 2 homes. There are no children here, so it's not the same kind of home.
It was never intended to be the same kind of home, was it? You never saw it as a home of any sorts, did you?
No, I saw it as a flat for, you know.
For fucking?
No. For loving.
Well, there's not much of that left, is there?
I don't think that we don't love each other.
Oh well. What are you going to do about furniture.
What?
The contents.
You know we can do something perfectly simply, if we want to do it.
You mean sell it to Mrs. Banks for a small sum and she can let it as a furnished flat?
Yes. Wasn't the, bed here?
What?
Wasn't it?
We brought the bed. We brought everything. We brought the bed together.
Ah. Yes.
You'll go into the arrangements then with Mrs. Banks. I don't want anything. Nowhere I can put it, you see. I have a home with tablecloths and all the rest of it.
I'll go into it with Mrs. Banks. There'll be a few quid left over, so you know...
I don't want any cash, thank you very much. I'm going now. Here's my key. Christ. Here, you take it off. Can you hurry up, please? I'm picking up Charlotte. I'm taking her shopping. It's an afternoon. It's Thursday afternoon. The gallery shuts every Thursday afternoon. That's why I'm here. Can I have my keyring, please? Thanks. Listen, I think we've absolutely made the right decision.
You do want me, give me little sugar. If you don't want me, don't leave me home, girl. You need me, show me that you love me. I'm feeling good, and I want to. There's just one thing that you should do. Just give me some kind of sign, girl. Oh, my baby, just show me that you're mine, girl. Oh, yeah. Just give me some.
Good God!
I've been waiting for you.
What do you mean?
I knew you'd come.
I've just come to comb my hair.
I knew you'd come. I knew you'd have to comb your hair. I knew you'd have to get away from the party. You're a beautiful hostess.
Aren't you enjoying the party?
You're beautiful. Listen, I've been watching you all night, and I have to tell you, I must tell you, I want to tell you.
Please.
You're incredible.
You're drunk.
Nevertheless.
Jerry!
I was best man at your wedding. I saw you in white. I watched you glide by in white.
I wasn't in white.
You know what should have happened?
What?
I should have had you in your wedding dress. I should have blackened you in your white bridal dress before ushering you into your wedding as your best man.
My husband's best man. Your best friend's best man.
No, your best man.
I've got to get going.
Wait, I'm crazy about you. All these words I'm using, can't you see they've never been said before? It's a whirlwind. Have you ever been to the Sahara Desert? You overwhelm me. You're so lovely.
I'm not.
Just look at the way you're looking at me.
I'm not looking at you.
Just look at the way you're looking at me. I can't wait for you. I'm totally bowled over. I'm knocked out. You dazzle me, you jewel, my jewel. I can't ever sleep again. No, listen, it's the truth. I won't walk. I'll be a cripple. I'll descend. I'll diminish into a state of total paralysis. My life in your hands. That's what you're banishing me to a state of catatonia, where the reigning prince is the prince of absence, the prince of emptiness, the prince of desolation. I love you.
My husband's on the other side of the door.
The world knows. They know. It knows. But they'll never know. You're in a different world. I'm madly in love with you. I adore you. I don't believe that what anyone is saying at this moment has ever happened. Has ever happened. Nothing has ever happened. This is the only thing that's ever happened. Your eyes kill me. You're so lovely.